Hello and welcome to another video. I promise you I am getting towards the end of these Thomas videos, but I'm going to have a look at the next one, and the next one is Henry. Now, there's one obvious difference with Henry here, is this is pretty much the last generation of box art which they used for the range, and I think this actually dates from about 2018 or something, but anyway, yeah, so it's got all the new logos and things on there, and the modern, not sure about that one, CGI branding. And yeah, we can have a quick look at the range, which is interesting because this was when the range had actually started to shrink. It was some of the range had actually disappeared, and you can see there's some old favourites here. There's like the SC Ruffy, and then there's like the express coaches and things, and obviously we've got Gordon and James and everything. Curiously, Gordon is the old Triang Flying Scotsman tooling paired up with what tender was that? I think it's the same tender as James's and Edward's, but yeah, there's something interesting about the Henry though, is that they did actually improve this model. I'm just going to try and take it out of the box. You can see it's got all the modern packaging as well. I actually really like this type of packaging. So yeah, so let's get rid of the box for now. It comes with Railroad Black 5 / Henry. There's a big clue. And white cardboard. Off to the side that goes. Let's get rid of that. Okay, and we've got the block of ice, which pretty much covers most of the modern model range really from Hornby, and I really like this because it's fairly rugged. It protects it from all angles really. But yeah, let's get Henry out of here and slide that off. Oh, I didn't like that sound. And we lift him up. We have a piece of plastic which sits over the top, and the whole engine here. And yeah, here we have Henry. He is arguably, at least in my opinion, the most Railway Series accurate, or one of them anyway, models, because in the series, Henry, well, in his rebuilt form anyway, is in fact a Black 5. Now this tooling is taken from the Hornby Railroad Black 5 tool, which I think it dates from the 70s actually, the actual moulding, but the mechanics of the engine is actually modern. So, because one of the things which had been a feature of the original Black 5 and subsequently the original Henry model, this one has been modified, is that the original model had tender drive, which on this one is not the case. The drive is in the locomotive. Now this isn't a modification I've done, it's something Hornby actually changed. I guess because it shares the tooling of the Black 5, why not just use the same chassis and the same motor and everything. So yeah, having a look around, no real cab detail in there. It's a railroad quality model, but I do like the overall look of this engine. Hornby did add the white painted running boards here, and he has actually got quite a nicely detailed face, and the colour is quite bright. It's fairly outstanding actually. I really like the colour, and in fact this is probably, out of all of my Thomas engines, this is probably the best one for the running. You've got much finer fine scale motion. Again, this is lifted from the railroad model, but overall this is actually really good. Unfortunately, once again, Hornby have cancelled it, like all the rest of them. But the colour, it just really sticks out. It really sticks out quite well. So we have a quick look at the tender. Now, not really much more to say about the tender. The same colour. The chassis, as a remnant of the tender drive, is actually cast metal, and this is dated. Oh, it's not dated, sorry. But yeah, this is a made in China model. You can in fact pop the tender body off, and you can see there is the frame for the original Ringfield motor, which used to be in there. But thankfully all that's on here now is the pickups, and there is something I need to add about the pickups on this, is that the pickups on the tender are terrible. Why, I hear you ask? Well, when I got the model, and this was exactly the same for the Railroad Black 5, so it's not necessarily an issue with this model. There is issues with the build of the model, but I'll come on to that in a minute. But the wipers for the pickup really drag on the tender wheels, which can cause drag on the train as it's going along, making it very difficult for Henry to pull his own train, even to pull his own tender. So one of the recommended modifications I would do is to just remove the pickups, or even just try easing them back, because otherwise Henry's just not really going to go anywhere. There is another quality control issue I need to raise, and that is the fact that the tender tyres aren't very well applied to these. So somehow they sit quite loose. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to fix that, but hey ho. This one's been sitting in a box for quite a while, and once he's on the track, the wheels don't really cause too much of a problem. But yeah, this is going to need to be fixed. I'm not very happy with that. Overall, apart from the flaws which I've just pointed out with the tender, quality control, yeah, let's just try and pop that back. Come on, Hornby, you can do better than this. That just needs a spot of glue, really. And yeah, overall I'm satisfied, apart from the tender build quality. Now, the final thing I'm going to note is one of the advantages of it taking the chassis from the Railroad Black 5. One of the things they introduced into the Railroad Black 5 was a DCC socket. So inside he does actually have an 8-pin socket now, and I have actually fitted mine with a DCC chip, unlike the previous model, which would have had to be hardwired in the tender. Yeah, overall, thank you very much for listening to me talk about my toy trains. Hope you have a good evening. Yeah, I'm not really that impressed there. Dear, dear, dear.